Well, welcome back to Stars Freeform. This is Sage, and this is an update over my life. It's been 3 weeks since I posted my last video, and the depression persists. Um, I've been sending out job applications like nobody's business, and finally, I've been starting to hear back. So I have a few interviews this week, and a couple more to anticipate. Um, man, man. My cat just climbed my clothing in such a very strange way. That's crazy. What else is new? I changed out my piercings. I'm about to size up my gauges just a little bit. I gotta go get electrical tape. And I'm hoping to change out this jewelry here soon. Been really vibing with these earrings. They're my partners, and I tend to wear just the one, but I like to do both sometimes. Or I'll do like one of this, and I have like other earrings that I'll like mismatch. Crazy. I feel like I don't have much to talk about right now, but I know that I technically do. Like, not technically do, but like, life has been hard. I just feel like I feel like I'm having a hard time like connecting to how my life has been the last 3 weeks. Right. So I live in the Midwest, and over the last 3 weeks, we had a false spring happen, which I hate because that's usually what triggers my depression to be worse. Um, and I also realized I was supposed to see my prescriber the beginning of last month, and she canceled. And so when I called back to um, reschedule with her, she couldn't get me back in until mid-June, which is frustrating because she's supposed to be reevaluating me and completely reevaluating me for with diagnoses and all that like that. We've been seeing each other for I think almost 2 years now, and I've only seen her a handful of times. So I'm like, how am I being reevaluated if you're not even able to get me back in to see you until mid-June? So anyway, since I missed that appointment, or she canceled that appointment, I couldn't get back in. I was really struggling with the depression, right? So I decided, fine, I can't wait that long. I'm just going to double my dose of my medication. A thought that's been like coming into my head periodically over the last several weeks at least, maybe longer. Um, and so the end of the beginning of wait, what day is it? It's Wednesday. So the end of last week when I was refilling my med cassette, I don't know what compelled me to look at the bottle, but I decided to look at the bottle for my antidepressant, and I realized after reading it that I had been taking half of the dose that I was prescribed forever now. I don't even know how long I've been taking that dose, um, which is like the total dose is 20 milligrams, so I was taking 10. And it's been months of me doing that. I can't tell you how long it's been, but it's been months. And I've been struggling with my depression for months. And I'm like, man, this isn't getting better. And then the thought of like, yeah, I should just double my dose coming in and out. Thank you, Spirit. Um, but like wanting to wait and make sure that was the right thing to do per my prescriber, whatever. Um, When technically, like, now finding out that doubling my dose would just be taking my prescribed dose. So I've been doing that the last few days, and I'm gonna give it about a month and a half, to really see if there's improvement. Um, in other news, I will be starting therapy again the end of this month. on the 31st, which is going to be really good. I have been struggling without a therapist, and really just a lot of things have been struggling, like my mental health, my physical health, my spiritual health, a little bit less of that, but my emotional health, like all the things. What are you doing? Look, can I show you where she is? She climbed up my clothing rack clothes to get up there. Now she can't get down. I got her. This is Bonnie. She's my little baby, my sweet lady. Her birthday's the same day I go back to therapy, the 31st. My sweet girl. Look at that baby. Look at that. I love her. I forgot what I was saying, but oh, all the things being a struggle. Um, I was just in the ER a few nights ago because um, I was struggling with pretty intense like constipation. I thought I had a bowel obstruction. It'd been like a month since I had a regular stool, and I also am a diabetic and I have fibromyalgia, and both of which can cause constipation. And so I finally went into the doctor because I started to like panic about like not being able to go. And they were really helpful. They ended up giving me this like whatever laxative they would give you to like do a full colon cleanse for like a colonoscopy. They gave me half a bottle of that, and sure as shit, no pun intended, I was able to go, which was really good because I was fucking suffering. Sorry, I didn't mean to swear. But I was suffering, and now I am not suffering, and it's crazy how much weight, I mean, like, how much weight I've lost just from that over the last few days, and more noticeably, the bloating that I had was so intense, and it's, like, virtually all gone now. Crazy. Um, oh, the full or the full lunar eclipse happened yesterday morning. I did some ritual work the night before, and that felt really good. And yesterday I spent the day doing self-care, taking the day to really do self-care, and that really helped my mental health, and I felt very grounded by the end of the day. Um, yeah, and then last night I went to a poetry thing, a couple of people, um, wasn't really feeling it, left, and went and sat in the cemetery in the dark, which was really nice. And I'm grateful to have a place like that to go. I realized last night as I was sitting there, I mean, I love to go into cemeteries anyway, and picnics and cemetery picnics and walks through the cemetery. Like, I could do that shit all day, every day. I'm also a Scorpio sun, and so there's that. And so I realized last night, like, one of the main reasons I really enjoy going to the cemetery, because it happens and I'm usually by myself, is because when I'm feeling alone, um, I just tend to go there because a lot of them feel alone too, especially those that have been gone for decades and decades, and, their whole family line is no longer alive, and like, so they don't get visitors. And I know they feel lonely, the spirits. And so when I go there and I take a walk and I sit down and I just be one with them, I don't feel as alone, which is really poetic if you think about it. Probably I'll maybe write something about hello about that experiences. But yeah, I thought about that last night, and yeah. Anyway, that's my life update. I'm still gonna keep doing these life updates. My goal is once a week. And once I get a better idea, once I do that for a little while, I get a better idea of what exactly I want to do with this YouTube channel. And, I have ideas for like a podcast and making film and writing and art and like all these different interests and special interests and things like that. Like, I'm trying to get back into reading, and I've been doing better about that too. I guess I have one more thing to say. I've been like actively getting back into reading, which I've been trying to do forever now. Hi, sweet girl. Come here. Come on. There you go. She likes to ride. Hey, sweet baby. Hi. I know. Yeah, I have all these like ideas, and I had not had any of the motivation or like mental bandwidth to like put any real ideas on paper. Oh, look at that baby. Bonnie girl. She loves to be up here. I love that about you. Yeah. And so, girl. Anyway, sorry. I ain't done this. I have all these ideas, and I'm gonna sort them out. I've been reading more. I have so many books to read that I want to read. And I also like, since going to the ER for that stuff, I've been being incredibly more intentional about what I'm eating, how much I'm eating, when I'm eating, my water intake, which is something I'm usually good about, but when I get like that, it gets harder and harder to do anything, especially keep up on my water intake, which is kind of silly because the water is what helps you go, right? But yeah, I have been taking better care of my body. I've been working out a little bit more and taking it easy in that way. Oh, sweet girl. Clearly my hair is green. I'm gonna refresh it today, I think. And yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's something about the year of the horse and the total lunar eclipse. Like, the energy is, look, and this is my partner's cat. Hey, Adonis, sweet boy. You chunky man, but you're losing some weight. Yeah. It's something about those energies that have just got me like, girl, just do it. Like Nike said, just do it. And like, I thought about that this morning when I was waking up. I didn't go to bed till late last night. I was doing like some painting and just like chilling with myself once I got home from the cemetery. And I had an interview today at 1 p.m. on Google Meet. And my partner woke me up this morning to say hi and chat a little bit before she went to work. And it was really early. Like, I can get up, but I didn't want to be up. But I missed her, so I got up. And that was at like 6:45. So anyway, when she left for work, I decided to go back to sleep, and I slept until like 11:20 a.m. And when I got up, immediately one of my thoughts was, yeah, I don't know if I'm really feeling that interview. Like, is it really worth my time because XYZ? And, that thought and similar thoughts like that to that continued. Not so like back to back or anything, but just like I'd be like, nah, I could go. And then it would like creep back in and then it would fade away. And I'd be like, no, I can go. Like, but then it like as it got closer, I was like scrolling my phone too much and the cats were trying to get me to pay attention and um just like kind of dilly-dallying and not spending my time appropriately before an interview. Because I think subconsciously I was trying to sabotage and reinforce the thought of like the narrative of like, I don't really need to go to this interview because XYZ. Does it really make sense? Am I wasting my time? Am I wasting their time? Blah, 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 blah. And by doing things that were mindless and like, dissociative. And then I was like, no, actually, like, I'm gonna make my breakfast. I had a protein packed smoothie. It was delicious. I just finished. I'm about to finish it actually. Yummy. Um, and I pulled out my laptop and I looked over the website again for the place that I was interviewing with. And I like as I was doing that, I was like, no excuses. We don't do that in this house. And that immediately like put to bay all those intrusive thoughts of like, don't really need to go to this interview. And it's like, damn, like this new energy is really popping off and I can feel it. And I'm also, another thing, I know I said I was going to end this video like 5 minutes ago, but it's okay. Another thing is that my Saturn return is in Aries and it just re-entered Aries after leaving the sign of Pisces. And I am really looking forward to that. And I have seen a lot of themes to that when Saturn was retrograde in Pisces over the last like few months. I've been journaling again. I've been doing just a lot. Like, yeah, life has been like really difficult in the ways that I've mentioned and other ways that I haven't mentioned. Just for a lot of people. And like I'm doing things to I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I'm giving myself grace. I'm trying to love myself better every day. And it's hard. So anyway, that's my life update. 3 weeks later. I hope that if you're watching this, you didn't get bored. It's okay if you did. I hope that whoever is watching this, I hope you have a magical day. And I hope you're able to see the glimmers in and throughout your day. Especially if you're struggling, I want you to know you're not alone. And that even when things are going well, it's okay that it still feels bad because that's how it's felt with my life lately. And it doesn't mean that you're not grateful, and it doesn't mean that, you don't want the things that you have in your life or that you're just, whatever negative narratives you have of yourself in those experiences. It's okay and it's so valid to have such good things happening in your life and to feel like shitty, to feel like it's not getting better, doesn't feel better, to feel depressed and angry and resentful and anxious and overwhelmed and unmotivated and undetermined and, like all those different things at the same time as recognizing that you do have things in your life that are going well, that are going better, that are going great. Because, like, mental health is mental health. And if we're not taking care of that part of our lives, then the things that are going well in our external, they're not going to feel as good as they could. And that's a hard thing to work with, to give yourself grace with. I know I struggle with it. But anyway, I just want you to know that it's okay to still be struggling. It's okay to not know why you're struggling. It's okay to not even have a reason, because that's mental health too, right? Just know that you're not alone. Something that I've been really trying to work with myself in is like these moments I have of utter aloneness. Um, I do things like last night, and I go to the cemetery and I sit, and I'm not alone anymore. And yeah, spirit is always with me, and I love her, and she loves me. It's something about going to a cemetery. So if you're seeing this and you've been feeling lonely and alone, and like you're not being seen or heard or valued, that you're just a background character in someone else's storyline, and that you want to be more than that, but you don't know how to find those people, and you desperately want them to find you, I'd suggest, plant a seed to go sit in a cemetery, sit under a tree, and just in the quiet, day or night. If you're scared of the dark, I wouldn't suggest doing it at night. I typically do it at night because it's what I've always done, that late night walks. But I wouldn't recommend that for everybody. Just be discerning in how you approach that. But yeah, go sit in a cemetery, ask the spirits to give you space as you sit with them, and sit for as long as you need. And when you leave, dust your feet, kick your feet on the ground, and or leave a coin for the spirits and ask them to stay there and to not follow you home, just so, if in case you don't know. But anyway, yeah, if you're feeling like all the things I mentioned, everything and nothing at all, just know that you're not the only one feeling that way. And I hope to see you next time. And I know that I just rambled, but that's okay. I got to get started with the rest of my day. I am so glad to I am so glad you're here. Sage out.